Well, gentlemen, there's one more piece of breaking news that we need to talk about before we get to our regularly scheduled programming. This Texas Tech logo behind me is
So
now a
tough.
throwback logo. Okay,
So
I
because
know.
meet
What?
the new
So
boss,
tough.
same as the old boss, Texas Tech, going back to the non-beveled T. Now, I will tell y'all, this is something that's, I would say, a fairly popular decision among folks in my orbit, folks around Texas. Brownie has been very outspoken that he is not a fan of it on Twitter today. Justin, what do you think about the new old double T?
For those of you who don't know, I am actually a designer by profession.
Uh,
So there's a little bit of extra insight here. But when I look at something like this, like I get it. There's a little bit more of that like retro twist. It goes back to, again, more parts of tradition for Texas Tech. Some of that heritage I think is really important. And I get that. My only issue with it is the timing of it all. Like you're doing this mid-season, which I think is just kind of weird to me.
it is odd. Yeah, it is odd
And
timing.
and quite honestly, too, like here's the most important thing that is throwing me off. Logos, great. Click out of that real quick. X out of that and just look at all of these. This red that they're switching to, back to, I hate it. I hate it. Like the dark, like very saturated red that's, closer to what the Bearcats have. I love that red. And this one it honestly looks kind of like washed out. And like
It is a little bit. You're right about that.
Yeah.
again, that's being nitpicky, but like you can see how bold the other one was and the contrast was great. This is it almost looks like you're looking like Temple a little bit. And Texas Tech fans are going to hate that, but you're kind of looking like Temple.
Hey man, that's what I've been posting over X this entire time. I even sent one to your guys' X page too about
Oh, really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Temple. I mean,
It does.
I don't know, man. It's tough.
You can literally, Clint, just literally go to my X page. There's
Yeah,
literally
I was
me
like, how am I gonna
posting
be able to find
5,000.
it?
Oh, I guarantee you. There's like 5 of them in a row.
Yeah,
Keep going.
whatever.
Keep going. There it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at that. Yeah. Hit the head on the nail.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not gonna be a popular take among
hit the head
folks
on
in
the
the.
Oh no.
And see, here's why. So Dishfish is saying this is why
It
a lot
took
of
me.
folks in Texas like it. It reminds me of the Southwest Conference. Yes, it's a classic. It's a throwback. It's the same reason a lot of TCU fans would love to see a flying T throwback, right? It's them good old days, right? Even if you didn't have a particularly good program back then, right? It's nostalgic, you know. But yeah, I can see from a design standpoint, I can absolutely see all of the points that you're making, Justin.
I just feel like it's just a generic logo now. Like it doesn't set itself apart from anybody else. Like yeah, Texas Tech TMU has like the bevel T as well, but like you're not going to mix up Texas A&M that is literally ATM versus a double T, where like now you have that double T. Like I told you right before we got on, my wife came in and she's like, "Why is there 2 T's in the Temple logo now?" Like,
Oh, boy.
you know it's bad. Like, my wife knows Texas Tech. Like, she knows about them. Like, she knows the logos. And she legit already confused it with Temple.
Yeah. I mean, since we're bringing wives into the conversation, now my wife could not care about football if you paid her to care about it, right?
Likewise.
She actively hates football,
Likewise.
but her parents both went to Texas Tech. So I'm like, before the show started, she's actually here today. And I was like, babe, what do you think about the new logo? And she goes, "Ugh." She literally made that face. She like recoiled, like, yeah, no, don't like it.
It would have been cooler if they would have done something more with the Matador. Just saying.
Well, I do like the beveled
Yeah.
Matador, right?
Yeah, the
We've at
beveled
least
Matador.
beveled the Matador if we're gonna bevel the T. Yeah. Now, comfy rambles, you're gonna have to explain to me what it is you're talking about here. That you designed this logo? What do you mean you designed this logo? You need to give me some more context here. Okay.
Did you also type the T into Adobe Illustrator and edit it by like 5 different points? Because Justin, fun story. That's what I did with the Temple logo, and I made the Texas Tech logo.
There you go.
Yeah,
I mean, again, from my perspective, like I understand it. I get it, but you're also doing this mid-season, which is just a little odd to me. Like I think you do it in the off season, you give people time to digest it, but also to all those points,
up a scandal.
they clearly right now they're clearly looking at like, hey, We want to be in the college football playoff this year. And so what better time to have like your new old logo be like put on the face of everything than if it's going to be on Texas Tech made the college football playoff shirts and,
That's true.
Big 12 championship game shirts. Like I get that. That is where I get the execution. However, again, timing is just odd, but that makes sense.
And what better time for them to start losing the games that matter, right? When we
Yeah,
go back to this old logo.
See, they could be putting some bad juju on them. What happens when they roll this out in the first game that they have this new logo, they lose? And also you're going to have this logo.
It could happen. It could happen,
right? Are they going to change uniforms mid-season?
Oh, that would be
well,
fun.
they are wearing so this is an alternate uniform they're wearing for Kansas. I know that they'd already debuted that was going to have that flat tee.
Gotcha.
But listen, hey, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but Kansas is the definition of Big 12 rat poison. We will see. We will see what happens. Okay, but before that, Justin, you have not been on the show since we added this. We have a new thing that we do called Dope and Cope. This is where you talk about something that you saw from the last week that you thought was dope, a highlight for you, and something that, man, folks are coping because that was terrible what you just saw. So, Brownie, why don't you go first while Justin can think about it?
Okay. I think my dope for this week is actually West Virginia, even though they lost to a very good BYU game. They may or may not have found the reincarnation of Pat White somehow, which might actually be scary if we get Pat White 2.0 in a Rich Rod offense. They looked like that they were blown out, but they were fighting back the entire way. And with the amount of injuries that they had, and then they just kept getting more injuries, Iowa State could never. So I think that was probably the most dope thing. Do I think that they're going to win very many more games if they keep murdering their players? Probably not. But, I mean, credit where credit is due. They did pretty good. My honorary cope is Iowa State fans thinking that our secondary was going to be okay. I was partially into that trap until I learned all of the other injuries. I was never big on this secondary to begin with at the beginning of the season. I thought our safeties were all going to be exposed once we started playing actual quarterbacks, and Brendan Sorsby obviously showed us what happens when you have inexperienced players against an actual quarterback. Cough, cough, Avery Johnson is not a quarterback. And then my actual cope is Texas.
The state of Texas or University of
Just
Texas?
Just University of Texas. I mean, the state of Texas as a whole, but like Texas University very specifically.
Yes.
They now hold the record for.
Well, let me tell you, most of the state of Texas is very happy about that. Most of the state of Texas is very happy about that.
They now hold the record for the quickest drop from preseason number 1 to unranked.
It's a beautiful thing.
By taking 6 weeks. The previous holder was University of Miami, taking 12 whole weeks.
You know how hard they're fighting to not get dropped too. Like from a voter perspective, they're like, we got to keep Texas in.
Oh, yeah. And there was a lot of AP pollers that were having Texas still like a 20 to 25. Like, what was the amount? Yeah.
Flex on those Bearcats with a K. Flex on them in the end zone.
Yeah.
They might be the worst team in FBS, but flex on them.
Yeah. I thought it was funny that they still got like 100 some votes. And I'm like, this is actually the dumbest thing feasibly possible. If that was literally any other Big 12 school, like we wouldn't have gotten any votes. Period.
It's all brand, baby.
Nothing but brand. Which also, congratulations to Cincinnati for getting a lot of votes. I think you guys are the official number 26, right? Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, are you ready, Justin, or you want me to do mine?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we keeping it in Big 12? I mean, it
can be. I mean, obviously, University of Texas. So it can be anywhere.
I have a few, but like, all right, we'll just streamline it here. Dope has to be for the Bearcats specifically. Has to be the fact that we are this close to just getting back in the AP poll. I think, like, again, we've clearly seen that for many teams, the AP poll isn't really relevant anymore per se. You look at SP Plus, you look at all these other ranking systems, they're a lot better. However, what it does do when you're sitting at 26, if you beat UCF this week at home, you very, very likely drop or jump into the top 25. Getting back into the top 25, I think, is just more of a statement than anything. It's not about, oh my God, like, look at the specific number that we're at, or we're going to keep climbing the ladder kind of thing. It's just, hey, we dropped out of the spotlight for far too long, but we're back. And that, I think, is the biggest thing. And it's just like, we're on a national stage. We're top 20. We would be top 25 in a much harder conference. The last time we were top 25, we were in the American. That is a very different situation than being top 25 in the Big 12. You have a harder schedule. You have a lot more to figure out. And also, my second Bearcats dope here, you just beat 2 traditional resident Big 12 teams in back-to-back weeks. One on the road, one at home, and the one at home was ranked. That says a lot, too, because they were like 0-6 or 0-7 against all other resident Big 12 teams that were non-expansion teams. So that change, I think, is huge. And again, it says a lot about the progress that this program is making over the past few years. I'm going to add a secondary. This will be my two-way split for dope and cope. It's going to be both. Dope, UCLA, man, that's awesome. And cope,
Yeah.
Penn State,
Yeah. Penn State,
my
buddy.
God, that is literally the most James Franklin thing that could possibly happen to James Franklin and Penn State. Going on the road to UCLA when you're talking aspirations of going back to the college football playoff, and you lose to UCLA, who just fired their coach, who has won absolutely nothing worth talking about in God knows how long. And then you put in an OC who just got signed up 2 or 3 days before the game. That is incredibly terrible for Penn State. And it is the funniest thing. It is the most amount of copium I have seen this entire week for any Penn State fan trying to say that there is anything about this game other than just pure misery. There is no way you lose that game. I get it. Nico is a fantastic quarterback. I think he's had a little bit of a rough go to get started at UCLA, but he's settling in.
Yeah.
And I mean, he is a quality quarterback. It shows. That's why you pay quarterbacks. That's why you pay them and you get them in the portal. That's why you do that. However, Penn State, man.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Worst thing about that loss
figure that
is Penn State had to hit the showers afterward. I mean, sheesh, doesn't get worse than that.
And they're like what, like 0-22, 0-23 against like top 10 Big 10 teams in the entire time James Franklin has been there. They haven't won a single one of those games. And then you get just to add this onto it too. Like, oh yeah, we just lost to UCLA, who is utterly terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, don't forget that the head coach wasn't always pushing down the push to talk button to the quarterback. So Ugalele was literally like calling his own plays because he wasn't hearing shit. Like that in itself is just also hilarious to add to the cope. Is that the quarterback was literally just going, we're just going to do a hitch this play because I'm not hearing anything.
And on top of all that, let's just add this too. Penn State, which prides itself on defense, you let up what, like 42 points?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of UCLA and the type of fans that they draw, my dope, this is just something that made me happy, is that the toilet bowl got cleaned on Saturday. Look at how spick and span it is.
Look at it.
Nobody in there, you know,
Look
to
at
watch
it.
Baylor end up triumphant against Kansas State somehow.
I would don't say somehow. Like Kansas State is actually at the bottom of the barrel. Like this is as bad as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, I keep
thinking,
well,
bottom of the toilet in this instance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not ready to not be worried about going to Manhattan personally. TCU's not won in Manhattan since 2017, I think. 2016, 2017. Yeah, 2017 is the last time we won in Manhattan. So, and you know, they've been in all of these games with the exception of Army. But yeah, I love that Baylor is so apathetic, and that makes me happy. And also, this isn't really a dope or a cope, but it's just kind of gross. So we'll call it a grope.
Oh boy.
Texas Tech filling up Houston Stadium and throwing tortillas. I'm like, come on, man, do that nonsense in Lubbock. Get that noise out of the third ward. That was annoying to me.
Maybe that's why they pushed out that rebrand, so people would forget that they did that as like a cover up.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it's a cover up.
Bye, Justin.
Oh, gosh, I'm trying to get you, like, literally, this keeps happening where it keeps showing me like things that I don't want it to show me. Hold on.
He wasn't ready for 3. He's always
I'm
ready for
not,
2, but he
I'm
wasn't
not,
ready
I'm
for
not.
3.
Yeah.
So, like, I wish I could show y'all what the stupid thing is doing.
Well, while you figure it out, did you also
Here we
see the crazy news that UNC canceled their Hulu contract?
I did, yes,
Wait,
yes.
really?
Yeah.
The
Bill
documentary will
Belichick-
not air. Yes.
Yeah, Bill Belichick apparently axed it because now there's like this huge, I guess, split in the locker room and a lot of miscommunication between coaches, staff, and football players that are now apparently starting to get leaked. And it's not a good time in Chapel Hill, apparently.
Yeah. So I've got 2 copes, both from the TCU Colorado game. One is I am coping hard because TCU may have the worst offensive line in the history of the planet Earth.
Debatable.
And we just lost one of our tackles. And
No,
we just
you
lost
do
one of
not
our
know.
tackles.
As the resident Cincinnati person here, you do not get to stand here and say that you have the worst offensive line human history has ever seen. That award belongs to the Bengals and the Bengals only. Joe Flacco, who just got signed
Fair.
today, will be nothing but a skid mark by the time we reach the end of day Saturday.
But
That's
Joe
fair.
That
Flacco's the
poor old
league.
man that is elder abuse, he will literally die on the field because of this offensive line.
That's fair. That's fair. We
No
got the
one
worst
has a
offensive
worse
line
offensive line
in
than the
the
Bengals.
Big 12. Yes, Dishfish is gloating about this one. And yeah, so things are not great. I'm not feeling good about our offensive line. Saturday did absolutely nothing to assuage my concerns from the Arizona State game. We'll have to see where things go. Well, yeah, I don't know. So and my second cope is, we talked about bad officiating in the second half of Iowa State and Cincinnati. Oh
You
my
have
God.
just
I don't know if
bad
y'all
just
saw the
officiating.
offensive pass interference call in the TCU Colorado game where 2 Colorado players ran into each other and they called offensive pass interference on us, negating a big first down on 4th down in a game that was tied. It was absolutely horrific. I cannot remember a time when TCU fans have thrown things on the field. There were fans throwing bottles on the field after that call. It was so horrifically atrocious.
As for Cincinnati fans in this week's game, too.
Major cope for that.
Lots of things being thrown on fields this week.
Yeah. Again, Big 12 refs get a Big 12 ref. All right, so that's our dope and cope of the week. Now